Okay, everybody. Claudio Texera here with Captain Gabriel da Silva. He's going to be the PF today. You're flying today, my friend.
Oh, okay.
And I'm doing nothing. I'm just relaxing.
You're gonna
I'm
be doing
flying
all.
already.
You're gonna do all the talking.
Yes, that's for sure. Except I already touched this. Okay, just making some adjustments in my seat. All right, this is good. Okay, so we live. Other cameras are seeing us. Okay, Captain Da Silva, we are flying a beautiful Emirates livery today. You guys can see the outside plane. First thing for us to do, Captain, of course, is the walk around. Okay, we're going to be checking the engines, the wings, the fuselage, the tires, the brakes, looking all around the plane. Ryan, are you showing the outside? It's a beautiful Emirates. And here I am. Okay, so I'm back inside the cockpit, Captain. I've checked the plane outside. Everything is doing good. Of course, guys, remember, this is just a flight simulator. It's not a real flight. Okay?
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, Captain, let's talk about our flight. Today, our flight is going to take us from Dubai to Qatar, Doha.
Doha. Doha. Okay.
Okay? Our flight is going to be a short flight, just less than an hour flight. Okay, we are going to be flying a flight level 37, actually 41,000 feet, flight level 410.
All right. That's
Okay, and our first waypoint that's already been loading into the FMS, it's going to be Delta Bravo 570.
let me go over here
And
on
we're
mine.
going to climb to 3,000 feet,
Yep.
taking off on runway 30 right. Correct?
Okay.
And we have set already a second waypoint will be 8,000 feet, runway heading 300, and a climb speed for the time being, because we are in noise restrictions, will be having 180. Now, we have about 15 tons of fuel. It's just a short flight, okay, which give us to about 7,000 kilos of reserve. What else we need to know? Zero fuel weight today is 159,517. Okay, perfect, right there. Which gives us a gross weight of 175, and we have actually a reserve of 8.9. Flight level, sorry, will be 330. Maybe we'll request to go a little higher in the middle of flight.
Higher than 41? No.
39.
39. Okay.
All right.
Good.
So waypoints. We're going to first, as I mentioned, we're going to Delta Bravo 750. Then our next waypoint is Tudis, which is already been set. Ektak, Roro, Tosman, and
We got
Volvit, Maximo, FF15, and runway 15.
so we,
I did not. That's our technician here. Okay, it's cameras everywhere. Okay, I have a GoPro on my forehead, guys. That's
so
why I'm
33.
wearing this hat. The charge is at 9. So I have another one here.
Where? Sire.
Another berry. No? So there is another berry in the table in the back. I thought that I had it with my hand too.
So we got flight level 330.
Okay.
All right. So we'll continue with that.
Okay, perfect. So
Good.
we are fully loaded passengers. Supposing that we are just in a simulator, we have almost 300 passengers today. Our payload, what's the payload there, Pedro?
Our payload total. Wait, it's 20,262.
Okay.
That's our payload. So
That's good.
that's pretty
So
good.
let's bring us to
No, it's
our
not.
next step.
It's not full, but it's good. It's
As
a
you
nice.
guys can see, I'm just gonna change here for the doors in my screen. You guys can see the doors are still open. So we're gonna go through the checklist, Gabriel. So
Yep. I'm just gonna keep this here for now because that landing weight is important for me to know later.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go through the
Today you will fly
checklist.
the plane, so I'm reading the checklist. Okay. Pre-flight checklist. Parking brake is off for the time being.
Yep.
We have the battery done already.
Yep. It's all done.
We have the pre-flight computer select thrust sim compensation on auto. APU is running.
Yep.
Passenger
Check.
seats on, please.
Check.
Cabin utility on. So the left and the right buzz tie switches are on auto.
You guys can hear me okay?
Left and right generator control switches
Yep.
are on.
Now we can hear you. Okay. Now, just before you go on, Claudio, I'm just going to mention that our primary external power is off already,
Okay.
and we already have the APU on. So usually we shut it off, the power,
Okay.
and then put the APU on,
All right.
or put the APU on and shut this off. But it's already done. So
Nav is
good.
on. We have the exterior lights as required. All the exterior lights are on. The only lights we have on the nav lights. Okay. Cockpit lights as required. We have some lights so our viewers can see us. Left and right pack control switches. They are both on auto.
So we're going Qatar to Doha, correct?
We are going from Dubai
To
Doha.
Dubai to Doha.
Doha.
Okay, EUY. All right, and just for the camera, we're doing this flight today, about just over an hour. Cockpit preparation checklist. Window heat.
We'll turn it on. On,
Okay.
on.
Primary left and right engine hydraulic pumps.
Okay, so we put it on and on. Yep.
Okay. Primary C1, C2 electric hydraulic pumps.
C1 is already auto,
Okay.
or on. It's C1 and C2,
And
correct?
we have the seat belts and the no smoking signs on.
Yes.
Okay, engine starts, selectors to normal.
To normal.
Perfect. Auto start switch on. Yes. And I lost myself here. Anti-ice. We're gonna put auto.
Yep. We got that one.
And we're gonna turn the left forward fuel pump on.
Left forward.
Yeah, on.
On. Oh, we might as well turn them all on now.
Okay.
We got them all on now. We have any in the center? Yes, we do. So we turn those on too.
So left and right pack control switches on auto.
And they're auto. Yes.
Left and right trim air switches on. Yes.
Yes.
Left center right isolation valves auto.
Auto.
Yeah.
It's up.
Engine APU bleed air on auto.
Auto.
Good.
Now there's two up there. Can you put that on the center? The two knobs. So up. Yep. And one auto. There we go.
Good. Perfect. Okay. So 80s. Let's do the radio check. And I'm on the radio today, right? Okay. My radio check. You today is not UFLY. We're gonna say Emirates. Can we say Emirates?
If I remember.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Our plane outside is Emirates, but we're gonna continue to say UFLY. Okay? We don't want to get in trouble with anybody.
Yeah, well, it's
So,
better if we
trouble
just.
free Friday, right? UFLY 777, mic check.
Radio check.
Radio check, please. So we're just getting our radio check confirmed.
If our radio check guy in the back will say
I forgot
radio
to
check.
put my radio. Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Hear you nice and loud now.
Yes, I can.
5x5.
5
Okay.
by 5.
5x5.
Okie dokie.
Give
Go
us
on.
just a second, guys. We're getting the plane prepared, and we're going to get it into the air first, and then we will start responding to chats, okay?
Yes. Let's give it a work here. Okay. We're gonna have LNAV and VNAV on.
Check.
Flight instruments set no flags. Okay.
All right, so we'll check those. Can we put? Okay, we could check them on there.
Okay. So this is good.
So we usually check that out after out
Yeah,
there.
so we're
we'll
gonna do
wait.
that.
We'll
Okay,
wait
we're
for
gonna
that.
wait that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I can see that all the doors are now already armed
Yes.
and green.
Yeah, we're all ready to go.
That means we are ready for the pushback. So we have the radio
Yeah.
check already. So I'm going to just ask the pushback team, the ground crew, to push us back.
All right. So while you
Good
do
evening,
that,
UFLY 777 Heavy.
uh,
Not yet. Not yet.
well,
Requesting pushback, please.
park and brake set.
Parking brake is set. And we're going to lock the door behind us.
Okay. So it's Claudio. Well,
Brakes
Brake.
are released.
so I'm gonna check one more time, see if everything's good. That's how we get this all done. Let's stop there. There.
Yes.
There. And we good.
Perfect. We're good.
And here.
Excellent.
Okay. I think we're okay.
So I'm going to change mine for the engines because we are going to start the engines. Okay? I hope you guys can see. Let me see. Can you see me? I'm here. I see messages, but hold on. Let's be in the air. We talk to you guys, okay? We got to keep on going. Bye. Ciao. Au revoir.
So right now we're just waiting for them to clear us for startup. And we'll do that in a minute.
Engine start up, thank you. So,
Okay.
Captain, we are clear to start the engine. So we're
So
going to start.
There's two ways of doing it. Is the old style way and the automatic. So you wanted to explain the old style way? Is
So
better?
go for it. Go for
Okay.
it.
So we'll start. Let's see.
You
we'll
tell me.
start the left engine first because the terminal's on the right.
Okay.
So
Go
left
for
engine.
it. I start left engine.
Okay. So down here, which camera would be on either one?
Yeah, either one.
So with that N2,
Better this one, yes.
N2 here started, and then the big one N1, which is the big fans in the front, starts up. Okay. Next thing we look for is the oil pressure. Oil pressure one's about 8. About 8.
Parking brake set.
We can start her up, and then 20. Bye bye. So 20 seconds later, the fuel is added automatically, and we have a
Watch the EDT.
fuel flow.
Yep.
And then the EGT is rising, so that's a good start.
Okay, and we just want to make sure that exhaust gas temperature does not go over the red line, which will be the engine overheating, so we'd have to shut it down.
It should settle down.
Perfect.
Settle down about 400.
Ready when you are,
coming
Captain.
up to 400. So you can start up the next one.
Start right
Yep.
engine.
And the same thing, we look for the N2 comes up first, which that's the turbines and all that goody stuff inside. And then this one is the N1, that's the big fan in the front. It's a slower than the inside ones. And the oil pressure comes up to about 8 on the number there. And we apply the fuel. Right away it doesn't go fuel. It does it automatically when an engine is ready. 20 seconds later, it gives fuel. We'll look at the EGT, and it's rising. So that's so far it's a good burn.
Perfect.
Good
and left engine, my Captain, is already being
And
stabilized.
It's stabilized.
Okay, we have
around 400 degrees.
oil quantity. We have 30. Vibration is 0.3, which is perfect.
Which is good.
Oil temperature 44, oil pressure is 40, and the fuel flow is 1.82 per hour, right?
That's 1,820 liters.
Per hour.
Kilos an hour. Isn't that something, eh?
That is something.
And we complain about our car. Yeah.
Okay, so
Very
now
good.
we're gonna do the check, and I'm gonna change it. So you're the one flying. So as
Okay.
you do it, I'm gonna show them.
All right. So we start with the ailerons. Doesn't matter left or right. We'll go to the right. Ailerons. That's good. Come back and left aileron is good. All right. And then we go to elevators. Nose down. All the way down. It responds. Let it go. Come back up. And all the way up. And let it go slowly. And it responds. And then we check here on the rudder. Rudder is moving. Very good. Perfect. And we have okay on the controls. That's
Great.
called surface controls. That's what controls the airplane in the air.
Perfect. So we're gonna go now for before taxi checklist. Left and right generators on.
Yes.
Confirm. Okay. APU selector off.
We'll put it off. Yes.
And APU is cooling down.
Cooling down.
We can see the message over there. Engine start selectors normal. Both normal.
Yes. Normal up there.
Okay. And left and right pack control switches, both on auto.
And
Yes.
auto. Yes.
Okay. Flaps. We have flaps on 5, and if you put your CDU into the takeoff page, Captain, right there, index, and takeoff page. So flaps 5. V speeds will be V1 113, VR 140,
140,
V2 180.
80. And our trim today is 4.75.
Which
So we look down here, and it's 774. So that's good.
That's good. Okay. Excuse me. Recalls. Do we have any recalls?
Any recalls?
Yes, we do. The TCAS, we're going to turn to auto. So TCAS stands for Traffic Collision Avoidance System.
And it did a test, so we're good there.
Good. Okay. So we should have done the briefing before when we were at the gate. So let's do it quickly here, Captain. You're the pilot flying. I'm the pilot on the radio, PM. Pilot monitoring, PF, pilot flying.
All right.
So you're the one in charge for putting us in the air. That means you're going to have your hand on the throttles. Once we land up on the runway and clear to take off, you're going to apply a bit power on the throttles, wait for the engines to stabilize. Then you're going to click the toga, which stands for take off and go around, which is a switch right here on the throttles.
On the front here, yep.
Then the throttles are going to move automatically for the 86.6% power that we're going to use for the takeoff. You're going to keep your hand on the throttles until you hear V1. If anything happens before V1, you're going to disengage the auto throttle, bring to idle, use the reverse thrust, stop the plane completely. We'll contact the tower. We will assess the situation to see if we can or cannot move the plane outside the runway. If we cannot move the plane outside the runway, Captain, we have to go through the emergency evacuation checklist. Once that is, we have the LNAV, VNAV on select already, which is going to follow a flight plan. Whenever you're ready to turn the autopilot, just let me know and I'll do that for you, okay?
And that'll be about 1,000 feet. This should be
Okay,
good.
good. Excellent, Captain. Excellent. So we are taking off. We are clear to taxi the plane. So clear on the right.
And clear on the left.
Okay, taxi lights is on.
Break off.
And you have control.
Now you have the map view there, please. Can
Yes.
you just make sure I'm going the right way?
Yes, sir. So we're just going to go straight.
Now let me add something, Claudio.
Yes.
People don't know this. So if we're at a strange, not really strange, but not familiar airport, what happens is in real life, you can actually ask for a car, which is well, you know the name of that?
I do, but you know what? We're not going to tell you the name. We want you guys to find out what's the truck's name that can guide the pilots in a foreign airport.
All right, Claudio. So we're gonna turn here.
You're going to make a left turn here.
Okay. And
There
then
you go.
We'll follow, and then we'll make a down right, correct?
A little further, Gabriel. There you go. We're going to keep a little bit more speed. Good.
Can you
So-
change this here?
Yes, I can. Going to have the nav and the nav for me as well.
Come around here, and now we're gonna go left, correct?
Yes. So we're going to take this one here. Perfect. Now, UFLY 777 Heavy, you are clear to cross runway 30 left.
So we'll cross this one.
Well,
Now
actually, they
normally we hold here, and we need clearance for crossing or on the runway. This is the runway right here.
That's exactly what we're being clear for, Captain.
Okay, so we
So-
are clear.
Yep, we are clear.
And
So
off we
strobe
go.
light is on. Clear on the right.
And clear on the left.
Okay, so let's cross runway 30 left. And we are taking off on runway 30 right.
Approaching 30 left.
Okay, so we go across. Do we go left or right? No.
And
just
we're going to
straight?
make a right turn on the next taxiway, which is right there.
Okay. See, that's a little bit confusing for me because I've never gone this way. And we are cleared.
Yes.
There's another line here that you
Yeah,
can see.
so we're going to make a right turn here. This is good. Oh, stop it right here. Gabriel, make it a left turn. My mistake. My
Okay,
mistake.
No problem.
We're good. We're good. That's
We're-
the.
We
runway.
are still on the paving.
Yes.
so-
Okay. Good. You fly 777 Heavy. You clear to line up on runway 30 right, which is right here,
Okay.
Approaching 30
right there.
right.
See how it's very confusing, eh? So
Yeah.
that's why we
Landing lights on. Okay. Before takeoff checklist. Okay. Parking brake is set. Cabin lights before takeoff checklist. Cabin lights are dimmed. Flight controls all check. Engine instruments all check. Takeoff data V1, VR, V2 all check.
I'll check.
Nav equipment check. Landing lights on. Strobe lights on. Transponder on. And clock is to set. Now,
Check.
one more thing to say is just to make sure. All right, let's double check.
Sorry,
That's all right. That's
I'm
all
looking
right.
at the engines already.
Follow protocol, my captain.
There we go.
I don't want to be in trouble. Oh, sorry. So used to that on the clients. I was going to interfere with you already.
And we got speed alive.
And 80 check,
Check, cross
cross
check.
check, and hold.
There's V1. And rotate. Here we go. Up you go. Positive rate. Gear up.
You're up.
Flaps 1.
All right. There you go. That's a beautiful Emirates. Compliment. We have this plane livery. You're going to increase our speed.
All right, there's 1,000. So we'll hook up the autopilot.
Autopilot is engaged.
And now it's going to follow the nav. We'll increase the speed a little bit more.
You fly 777 Heavy. You're clear to line up to follow your flight plan. And climb to 8,000 feet. Increase our speed to 220.
220.
And flaps up.
Flaps up.
All right, so our next waypoint is called Tudis. It's 11 nautical miles away from us, which is just a little shorter than 20 kilometers. And I can see Dubai right there. That's perfect. So if you want to...
8,000 is our target for now.
Yep, 8,000 is our target. And we're going to go through after takeoff checklist. Okay. Okay, positive rate of climb, gear up, of course.
Check.
Auto brake off.
They're
Taxi
off.
lights off.
Taxi lights are off.
Cabin lights as required. Landing lights off. Runway lights off. Gear up and
Gear up.
flaps up.
Check.
Okay. After takeoff checklist, we're now going to the climb out checklist. Autopilot
Is on.
engaged.
Engaged.
Altimeter still set to 2992. Yes.
Yep,
Below 10,000 feet, max 250 knots. So
Check.
we can increase our speed to 250 knots.
250.
Landing lights off. Fasten belt signs is still on.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for 10,000 and then I'll shut them
Yeah.
off.
All right. Climb out checklist is complete, Captain.
Thank you.
So going to our legs. Our next waypoint is 13,000 feet. Flight level 130.
And VNAV is on. All right. And we just now, we monitored what's going on. Make sure the flight, the autopilot does its job. Now,
Yes.
any people that are asking questions there?
Yeah, so just some people saying hello. So we have Darcy. So say hello to Darcy.
Hello,
Hi, Darcy. How are you?
So Darcy's from YouTube. We have Adam on Twitch.
Hi, Adam.
And we have World of Julie also on Twitch.
All
Very
right.
good.
Hello, Julie.
I'm
And
gonna
we
put,
have,
Welcome.
we have
I'm gonna
a
put this.
bunch of people on TikTok. So people are asking, is this a sim? Yes, it is indeed a simulator.
Yep.
They mentioned it right before we took off there, and that's why we're able to give you guys an outside view, of course. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to, right? So
Or else we wouldn't be
there you
able to
go.
do that.
So he's able to look outside. I can switch the view for you guys on the stream
Unless,
here.
unless.
And there we go. We're back in the cockpit, and I swapped the view for you guys. So yeah, it's not a real flight. We are for entertainment purposes and for you guys to be able to have this experience. So if anybody is local, we're located on 1535 Myerside Drive, Unit 6, in Mississauga, Ontario, in Canada. And you guys can come have an experience here within the sim. And if you're across the world, well, that's why we're live for you guys. So we can give you this experience and you can enjoy how it looks. So the pilots that we have today, once again, we have the boss man here, the CEO, Mr. Claudio Taxera. And he is actually in the co-pilot seat today. And then on the left-hand side, Gabriel, introduce yourself real quick.
Gabriel, I'm also an instructor here when they need it, and whenever they need it. And I do have a little experience in flying small planes, but not an actual real 777. So all this information is what I gathered up. It's like a hobby for me, and I love doing this.
Yeah, so something we did for you guys this week was we actually have mics hooked up to both pilots, and that is what is going into the TikTok stream, so hopefully you guys can hear them a little bit clearer today. And then on the stream setup to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, we have a triple mic setup that is also cross-fed through all three of us, and I'm actually in the, you could say, technician seat for today, so I'm looking at chat for them and giving you guys questions. So we have Dub asking, where are we flying to today?
Doha, Qatar.
So we took off from Dubai, and we're going to Doha, Qatar. And we have Safi asking, what plane are you flying?
777-200LR stands for long range.
And this is manufactured by Boeing.
No.
And we have
Yes, it is.
and
He's
we
just
have
joking.
Tay saying, y'all better not crash. Of course we're not gonna
We
crash.
try not to. I have dinner plans for tonight still.
All right, so we have Jurassic Chunky Monkey asking, how long is the flight from Toronto to Montreal?
Oh, that's
Good question. That was the last week when our computers crashed and we have to stop the flight shortly. Basically about 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just short than 600 kilometers.
We have Hyra asking, it's a simulator, I just found out. Is this real or not?
well, real
It's a real
simulator.
simulator.
Yes,
It's a real cockpit.
it does not move. It's a
fixed
stationary.
base. It's a fixed base.
Fixed base, they call it. But everything in here works.
And we have
so-
Junior with a very nice message. Obviously, we're not in a real flight, so we're very safe. But he says, I pray that you guys and everyone in the plane have a safe trip and everything is in God's hands. So
Amen to that.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
Junior. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you.
If it's not for the passengers, thank you for saying that for the computers to stay alive.
Yes, he's praying for the computers. Amen to that.
There we go.
All right, so we have CSNT saying, how do you guys have internet? So this is a common question that we get. Once again, it goes back to us being in a simulator and not actually being off the ground. So we still have internet, thankfully.
Yes.
And this
Well,
is a
pi-
common
well-
misconception because
Well, airplanes do have internet,
airplanes have internet now, and you
but
can
they
if-
will not use
Okay,
it for streaming.
Standard.
right. And if
Standard?
you're Yep.
Standard.
Standard. Check.
and if you're actually a passenger, you can buy internet service from airlines
Yes.
as a
Yeah.
passenger.
Yes, you can.
And the way that we get a lot of our data, we call them electronic flight bags. It's connected obviously to a network, and it's not Wi-Fi per se, but we're getting signals from the satellites, obviously our GPS systems, our navigation systems, as well as our base, right? So wherever we're getting information from our airline base, they're sending us live data to the aircraft. And that's how we're able to calculate a lot of the things. GN Rock on Twitch says hello. Hello, GN Rock. How are you?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Bori says watch out the window. Why? What's that? What's out the window? What are we watching out for?
Okay. I see clouds. I see the sea.
What are we watching
We have
for?
someone from India on TikTok saying,
Hey,
my
how you
7-year-old
doing?"
son says to have a great journey to the crew.
Amen to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your 7-year-old son's name?
Yeah, let's see. So whoever asked that question or made that comment there, if you can tell us your son's name, we'll give a shout out. Someone says fake. Well, it's fake in the sense that it's not a real airplane, but it's not fake because we're actually in a real simulator. And everything is exactly the same as the real plane.
Guys, just one point. This is a replica of a 777 simulator. This is not a certified simulator. It's just a replica. So as a replica goes, it's very realistic. Okay, almost 100% to a real 777 cockpit. So, but it is a replica. Okay.
Okay, we have Lexi with a funny comment. Says, guys, I'm stuck in the bathroom. Help. Nobody can help you with that.
Sorry, man. No can do.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If the door is stuck, we can help. If it's something else is stuck, we can't. Let's get that clear.
Yeah, don't get stuck in the airplane bathroom. It's
yeah.
already tight in there, huh? It's already tight.
So a question regarding the truck in the airport that pilots
Oh
can
yeah, so
request
some
to
people,
guide them.
some people were confused about what truck you were talking about.
It's usually it's a car. It's an automobile.
Well, used to be a pickup truck before.
Well, it used to be.
They have a big sign behind the plane, the truck, and that truck's name was called a Follow Me truck, which basically had a big sign of Follow Me.
Follow
So
me.
they would go in front of the plane, and they will guide the pilots through the gate or through the hangar or through the runway. They needed guidance. They still have an airport in case of a failure. They still have a backup. But in the past was a lot of used. Most of the time it's a little pickup truck with the sign.
Yeah,
Follow Me truck.
A lot of pilots actually order that truck
Yeah.
when they land.
Yeah, you can. But you know, see, you have GPS.
Okay, we have GN asking, what is your guys' favorite plane?
777.
Yeah, 777.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Actually,
Very-
our favorite. I guess I can speak for you too, Gabriel. Me and Gabriel and I, we started flying simulators back 20 years ago, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, way
So
back.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 95, 98,
Oh,
2000,
all the way through.
all the ones above. I loved the 747-400. That was my
Yes.
passion.
That was
right.
that was a really good.
That was the one. So 777 is kind of the young cousin of the 747-400, okay? Which is pretty much, very much like it. Look at the 400, 2 engines though, instead of 4 engines, with
so-
a
yeah.
little differences, but most is just the 2 to 4 engines.
Yeah, the inside here looks
Pretty
pretty
much
well
the
the
same,
same.
yeah.
The 400. Yeah.
Okay, so we have someone Elizabeth says, I'm actually going on a plane later to Mexico.
Oh, very good.
Buenas noches.
Yeah.
Hola, buena viaje.
Happy flying.
We
Happy
have
flying.
Ashley. Ashley says, I haven't went on an airplane ever in my life. I'm very scared of heights.
Don't be. You're going to love it. So
That-
enjoy. Pick up a nice movie to watch. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, enjoy your vacation in Mexico. You're going to have a blast.
We have Safi asking, does it take a lot of effort to become a pilot?
Yes,
Yes, it does.
big time. It's not an easy job.
We
and,
have,
and the effort is a big list of it.
yes. A lot of steps. We have Big Homie Haas saying, "Let me fly that."
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in. Yep.
Yeah, we open to the public. Anybody can fly. Anybody.
You just have to make an appointment, a booking, and come on in.
Yep. Gabriel, you said you want to talk a little bit about the flight plan as well in the middle of flight. If you
Yeah,
want to take advantage.
it was more of the landing weight.
So you want to go through that and show us? You can actually show here.
So if I put down here in this chart here, we have a landing weight. Okay, a landing weight is very important. So right now,
We can do here. It's better for them to see in the camera.
right here.
So we have
Yeah.
G asking, "How long have you guys been flying here?"
Oh,
Well, yesterday UFLY Simulator just celebrate its 10th anniversary. So we've been here for 10 years. Yesterday. Yes.
Abdul says, "I used to do load sheets for aircraft."
load sheets. Oh, okay, very
All
good.
right. How you doing? Where is he from?
Abdul, where are you from? And what airline did you do load sheets for? Okay, so
That's very important job.
we have Miss Chi Banky saying, "Single, is anyone here ready to mingle?"
Sorry, can't do, guys.
There's a ring on Claudio's finger,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm not looking for anybody right now. I got too much on my plate.
Yeah, right. Hey, it's all up to you, Ryan.
we have Florida Baby saying, "Imagine being on the plane and then you open TikTok and you see the pilots of your plane live on TikTok."
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would
that
be
was
very
So
good.
I
good.
think in a real airline that would never be allowed.
Yeah,
No.
they're not allowed to do that.
We have Carly Kate saying, "Me and my boyfriend are coming to do this next week. He's so excited. He's in school to be a pilot and he's gonna come to the simulator."
Right on. We'll
So
be
shout
here.
out to Carly Kate and her boyfriend. See you guys next week.
See you guys next week, guys. So next week I won't be here. Which instructor is gonna be? Probably Batuhan or Leon. But you guys are gonna have a blast. They're good.
So
Good instructors.
Gian says his favorite plane is the 737-800.
Okay.
So close, very close to the 777, just
Yeah,
smaller
just a
and
little
a little
smaller.
bit less automation, but it's still a beautiful plane. We have Remy Kafalu saying hello from Uganda and that he's really enjoying.
Hello from Uganda.
We have Mr. Best saying, "I'm actually studying to be a pilot. What is your guys' favorite part?"
Well, I guess we could say takeoff and landing. That's what the action is all about. The rest of the you're just following the flight plan on the autopilot on, just monitoring all the instruments. So the most action is pretty much on takeoff and landing.
All right, Drumma, hello on Twitch.
Hello, drama.
And we have Abdul saying he used to do it for Saudi Airlines from Cairo, but
Oh,
he
there
lives
we
in the
go.
US and is retired now.
Okay, good for him. Good for him.
Krishna says, "Good morning, sirs."
Good morning to you too. Where are you calling from? Morning, the other side of the word.
We have Crazy Trop saying hello from Shelburne, Ontario.
Okay.
Ooga Booga asking, "Are you guys flying Airbus or Boeing?"
Boeing
Boeing.
777 or 777.
And we have Gian saying, "Is it just me or do you guys love the sound of the 737-800 engines?"
We do.
Yeah,
So
do.
Gabriel, you just flew the 737 earlier today.
Yeah, they're a little noisier.
Yeah.
But they're fine.
We have Hayden saying, "Where are y'all going today?"
Doha, Qatar.
So we're doing a flight to Doha, Qatar, and we took off from Dubai. We have Black Beauty saying, "Are they just chilling in the air?" So do you guys want to explain why it looks like we're not doing anything at this moment?
Because
Well,
we're not.
we're talking to you guys.
Yeah, but at what point of the flight are we in now?
We are on on cruise altitude,
Okay.
and we supposedly we just talked to the controller from this area, and the controller will relieve us to talk to another controller when we get closer. So right now we're just chilling out. We're looking at all the instruments, see if everything's good. I'm doing a little calculation here on my weight, landing weight, so I can explain to you guys. Other than that, yeah, we're just talking.
So we have
So,
Ray
what-
Choi, and he asked, "How big is the whole simulator setup
How this is the actual size. This
of
part
the real
this,
cockpit?"
of the real one, yeah.
So we could say that what we have in the back is what 15 feet by
Well, the
12?
diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets from this point here. I don't know if you can see from this point. It gets larger in the back, but not too much. It's about what? That's about 4 or 5 feet more in the back.
But the whole size, we'll say what 15 by 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that. So 15 feet long, 12 wide.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And we don't have any bottom.
So Drama asks, what flight level are we cruising at right now?
330.
330. There you
Yeah.
go. So we have Ali Abdul from Germany. He says he's enjoying.
Thank you.
So I see a lot of people talking about, is the Earth flat or is there
Good-
some curvature?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, Guten Tag.
That is a very good question.
So what was the question? What did I miss?
So there, a lot of people are debating whether the Earth is flat or curved.
Oh boy. Okay.
So we're not gonna get into that too much because you know
No. Yeah.
everyone's gonna have their opinions.
True.
But so they're asking, do you guys see curvature when flying? Yes, we do see curvature.
We do.
Depending on where you are.
It
Well,
depends
you gotta
on
be-
altitude you're
yeah.
at. Airplanes only cruise about 40, 41, 45 the most.
Yep.
Even on a Learjet, it would go for 40 till 40, 45. We don't see much curvage. We might see a little bit, but it's not much. You got to go at least to 50, 60,000 feet.
Yeah. The
To-
Concorde
so I
passengers.
can see a little bit more.
Yeah.
We are living in a big ball. If you like it or not, everybody has their own opinion, and you have to go up pretty high so you can see start to see the curvage. This is very large. Some people don't have a concept of how large the Earth is, but that's the answer to that one. My opinion, anyway.
So we have
Everybody has their own way of thinking and saying, right?
Ooga Booga with a little bit of a funny comment saying, I was actually testing you guys to see if you're going to say Boeing or Airbus because the Boeing has a yoke and the Airbus has a side stick.
You
So
got
we
it.
passed
very
the test.
very true.
Thank you. Thank you. Good
Very
question.
true.
Good point. And just quickly here, guys, we're just making a left turn slightly to the next waypoint, which we're just about to pass it. Okay, Roram, 0.6. The next waypoint will be Tosna, which very shortly you'll find out, which is about 25 nautical miles. And on Tosna, we already starting our descent to 9,000 feet. So we're going to go 9,000 feet,
So
select 9,000 on the altitude.
so if
And
we
just
can
quickly here, guys, just give me 1 second, okay? I see here just over 20 nautical miles away from us. I see another number moving in my navigation display, and it's showing -20, okay? So, of course, something else moving in the air would have to be a plane. A question for you guys. -20 or 20 negative, what does that mean for the pilots seeing that number here? Tell us, okay?
Okay, so
anybody know?
we have a rose from Xavi on TikTok, so thank you for the rose.
Thank you.
And Drama answers 2,000 below.
You got it. Haha,
Very
Very
good.
good.
Very good.
Congrats.
go.
Bravo. Bravo.
We have Carlos J from Puerto Rico.
Oh, buenos
Saying hello.
dias.
We have Elena sent another rose.
Elena, thank you for the rose. Appreciate it.
We
Oh.
have actually a good question here. We have Wingardium 75 asking, why are the generated waypoints named the way they are?
That's a very good question. So, how they name those?
I really don't know that
I
question.
don't know the question.
It just the way it turned out.
Oh,
well,
there's the plane
some-
right there. See? Can you see it? Right below us.
On the
Let me show the outside.
Some of them are.
Oh, look at that.
you
Let me
just,
show you.
Just missed it.
Can you guys see it?
Let's go outside view. Back to the cockpit. So
Back to the copy.
some
yes,
of them
sir.
are actually named after positions or markers physically on the ground, which are longer names, but then they're shortened into waypoint names.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
you'll see a lot of waypoints not being very long. They're anywhere between 3 letters all the way to about 5 or 6 letters, usually on average. and they're based off real life markers or significant points on the Earth.
All right, so that's
The other ones are based off airways, which obviously you can't see, but the airways are generated by
they put a letter and numbers.
right. So
Yeah.
they have airways and they have regions, and they're based off those. So if you kind of think about it, if you're driving a car, they have waypoints in a way where you are taking exits or getting on a ramp or making a left or right turn, and they're
Yeah.
based off intersections. So in an airplane, they have operating procedures which are following airways and waypoints and VORs, which are guiding us through the air. One, it's to make sure that we're staying on path and going the correct way. Two, it's to maintain traffic. So we have another good question from Drumma. How close does it have to be before TCAS warns you about aircraft?
That's about 12 miles, I believe.
And-
I'm not certain, but I believe it's 12 miles.
And the altitude. If it's below 1,000 feet, we get the warning.
Yeah.
So there you
If-
go. We have EG saying that its VORs and airways are highways in the sky,
Very
Yes.
good. Yes.
just like that.
Well,
Now my
no,
favorite.
no. I'll correct that. VORs are radio beacons.
Yes.
The roads in the sky are more vectors. They're not really
They're directions.
They're a combination of a lot of things. Mostly GPS ones though.
Yep.
For all
So
high altitude.
when we calculate a path from one waypoint to another, that is basically our highway, right? And then you have
yes, flight plan.
that's the flight plan that we follow, which is basically our GPS to tell us where we need to go and which waypoint is next.
But there is 3 types of levels of that.
Yep.
So that's why I didn't want to go 100% because
Yep.
there is 3 levels of that. Okay. There's high, low.
Yeah, you have
And
high
then-
altitude airways, low altitude. You have VORs,
low
which are
altitude,
radio based.
and then the normal
Yep.
down at the bottom.
Now
deal.
my favorite waypoint in the whole wide world
Oh boy.
is located in New Jersey, and it is on the approach of runway 13 at LaGuardia. Guess what the name of that waypoint is?
Oh, you got me on that one.
Pay me.
Pay me.
Pay me?
Pay me.
I have to look at
It's
that.
true. It's true.
Pay
Pay
me.
me. Yeah.
We have
that was good.
Sentinels Halon saying, "Why does it look like space from up there?" It doesn't actually. I think
Yeah.
you might get a little confused because it looks very blue, but you can see in the distance that there is some green. So we're approaching land very soon,
Yeah.
and you can see the clouds beneath us.
see we're just making a right turn.
Yeah.
Right here, that's Qatar. Okay. So now we're just making a bit of a left turn, and you can see the island, which Qatar looks like an island. Okay. And it is not an island because it is connected here. Let me just take this off. See? We're flying straight to Doha, right there.
Yep.
Which is an amazing city.
So we have some more great questions. We have EG asking, when are you required to file an IFR flight plan? At what altitude?
Oh no, you file it right at the ground before you.
But
you
he's saying, when is it required? So I think he's
24 hours
meaning,
before.
obviously, if you
oh,
are...
the time period.
So it's 24 hours.
24 hours.
But he's asking about altitude. So for example, if you're doing a general aviation flight and you're flying VFR, that's different than if you're flying IFR. But
Yes,
that is
yes.
not dependent on altitude. It's dependent on where you're flying, the regulations, and the airport capabilities.
Now, which one you talking? A VFR?
Yes. Well, VFR is,
Weather.
right? So you have,
It's based on weather.
yeah, weather, airport capability,
Yes.
which airport you're flying to, and obviously the regions you're flying in, right? So all of those culminated along with the weather will tell you whether you need to fly VFR or IFR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan, I
Yes.
need you to get another battery. This one just died.
Okay, where's that?
In the back. Same in the box.
Box. Okay. Okay, so here, if you want to hold the phone and just read the chat and ignore
Don't argue.
any dumb comments and...
You're quicker at that.
We had another comment there from Wingardium, right there.
Wingardium, altitude being diff from location to location. So landing isn't always zero altitude, right? No, it is not. So that's why I use the barometer pressure. So with the barometer pressure, you can actually find out what's the altitude from the sea level.
It is altitudes from sea level.
Yeah.
It's based on the sea level
being 0.
being 0, and then and so on.
Okay.
So we're just doing a quick camera battery swap here, and this
Um,
will be going to YouTube for you guys.
we do have a ground altitude on this plane. It shows up. It shows up at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that.
The GoPro was too hot, actually. So we're gonna
Yeah,
let
it
rest,
doesn't
and
stay very long,
and
these
we'll
things.
turn it back on when we are closer to landing.
Usually the other one we use lasts 2 hours.
So I hope that answers that question on the barometer pressure issue.
So I just switched
They're
to a
watching. They're
vertical
watching
speed.
that screen, I think.
No, they're watching over there,
Oh,
I
is
guess.
that right? Okay. I
So
don't
he's
know.
watching as well. So it's being recorded that
from that one.
from my phone here.
I'm just looking at the chat.
Okay, so guys, quickly here, we're gonna do our descent checklist.
Okay.
So seatbelt signs,
Are on.
altimeters.
Altimeters
We
are
still are on the standard.
still standard.
Okay, reference speed, VREF.
VREF. That's I got it here. VREF would be 30 flaps.
Flaps 30, and that VREF, as
Is,
you guys can see right here,
Flaps 30 is 125 plus 5.
Got it.
Oh, can I add something to that, Claudio?
Yes, you can, of course,
Okay.
Captain.
So I understand pilots been telling me that so plus 5 is on autopilot. When
Okay.
it's on autopilot landing. If you take over, then it's plus 10.
Okay.
So I want to just confirm that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So it all depends who's.
Okay.
If you're flying, it's plus 10. If the autopilot is flying it and landing it, we have auto landing on this plane too. We can do. Is plus 5.
Okay.
Okay. So go on.
All right. So continue on. Auto brakes to 3. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Recalls. I'm gonna check the recalls. No recalls.
No recalls. Good.
And arrival briefing.
So we are going to approach. I don't have the chart here. I should have the chart, but we are doing. We're going to do approach. We're going to pick up the ILS to runway. Can you?
Runway 15.
Yeah, I don't have the page anymore.
Oh.
Where's the page? Is it runway
Right
15?
here. Yep.
So runway 15. We will descend on autopilot all the way down
To 3,000,
to
which we're going already.
3,000. Okay, and then we'll continue from 3,000 until I decide when to take
You're
over.
the pilot flying.
Okay.
Now,
if it's
runway
a lot
15.
if it's a lot of fog, we will do auto landing. We have to get permission from that, but
So give us a second, guys, on these questions. This is a critical moment. They're preparing for the descent into the approach. So after they're stabilized, we'll get back to some questions, okay?
all right. So and then on approach, we'll hit minimums. At minimums, we'll see if we can see the airport, the runway. If we do not see the runway at minimums, 200 minimums, we
Okay.
will
200 set.
200 set. And
Mine
I'll
is set.
I'll set mine. We will go around. A go around is let me check here.
Intercept Doha 12. Then intercept Bravo Delta 1 48
And
at 2000.
2000.
Bravo Delta 1 4B. Bravo Delta 1 4C. Bravo Delta 1 4D. Wow.
And we'll climb up to 3,000 after all that.
Yes. So Bravo Delta 455.
And we will hold. We'll do a holding pattern if it's necessary, so we can have permission to come back in.
Yeah, we hold at Bravo Delta 455 at 3,000 feet.
Okay, and it's a 230
You
knots.
see, that's us. That's where we're going right now. Maximal 22 nautical miles. And that's a runway right there. And the blue dotted line, I don't know if you guys can see clear or not, that's the miss approach. As soon as we get closer, we'll see that. And that's Doha right there. See?
Oh, okay.
This is Qatar.
Okay, there's standard there. We'll change that to barometer pressure.
So we have Joe Suff saying, how are you guys briefing approach with no charts? So they do actually have charts.
Well, we do have charts. We just don't don't bring them out.
Yeah, we do have it here on the right. The camera doesn't
Yeah,
get
the
that.
camera angle actually doesn't see the charts. It's
Yeah.
on the left and right hand side on our EFBs.
Right here and right there to
Yeah,
Gabriel.
it takes a little bit to go through the whole thing, and
Well, that's good because they do have these people are watching us.
Yes.
They do have a good knowledge.
Knowledge
That's
of-
excellent questions, guys.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're not a commercial pilots, and we're not flying or working to any airline at all. Okay, so this is just a flight simulator. But it's good to know that our viewers has a lot of knowledge and bring out these questions. By all means.
Shout out to Drumma. Drumma has been asking very good very knowledgeable questions and has a good idea. So, and he says he's familiar with GA and not these big jets, so he's enjoying the content.
Perfect.
So we have Spotter saying, I always wanted to use a flight simulator like this. Spotter, come and enjoy in a session over here with us.
Yeah. So
Very
that's
nice.
Doha right there. And
So
that's the big bay.
People are asking, where are the buildings? So we are still
we're too
quite
high.
high. We're at 8,900.
Yeah, and we're flying over the ocean. So let me quickly change it here from the outside view.
Okay, so we have Wingardium with another great question. What do you do if you only have VFR capability but lose visibility? Well, you should have looked at the weather beforehand.
yes.
And if you get into
Yes.
a what we would call a shit situation as you're flying, obviously you'd be maintaining in the weather radar and ATIS as you're flying from region to region. And hopefully the ATC that is in that region is helping you vector away from the weather. That's the thing. That's the best thing you can hope for. Other than that, you have to use your skills that you've built up with your experience and get the plane back down.
Yeah, and it's a bit of work on that in that sense.
So we're going to slow down, Captain, to 180. I'm still using the brakes because we have a great speed still. So I have
180.
180, that's what says right there. 183,000.
So Drumma says, yep, turn around and don't fly into the cloud. That's right. That's the best thing you can do. If there's weather,
Yeah.
try to not go into the weather. But if you have no other way around it, you got to trust your instincts, your guts, your skills, and your balls. and you got to go through.
Yeah, that if you have no choice. But usually there is a choice.
Usually there's a choice.
There's always a choice. Yes.
So we have Gordon, I'm going to definitely mispronounce this, but Gordon Bedouin. And he says, this is awesome. Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you. Yeah.
We have Aviation Junkie asking how many more hours till landing? Soon.
Minutes.
Minutes. Couple minutes.
It's minutes. So
Yeah, we'll be in the ground less than 10 minutes.
So we have Dionys asking, do you have control of the airplane right now? So it's still in autopilot,
Still an
Autopilot's
autopilot.
but
on.
the pilot flying, which is Gabriel on the left seat, is going to take over when he feels comfortable and when the plane stabilizes on approach. Xavier says, I
Not yet.
feel like this is a
Yeah.
green screen. It is not a green screen.
Not
Not
yet.
a green screen.
Let it come below.
Before that.
Crazy
200.
Chop 85 asks, Claudio, are you Portuguese?
Brazilian.
Brazilian.
He is
Brasileiro.
Brazilian.
He's Portuguese. But I'm actually.
Gabriel, Portuguese.
I'm also
Claudio-
Portuguese. I have dual citizenship.
Yeah, so
And
he's both.
Canadian.
So both.
He flaps one.
Flaps one set.
There's our turn.
That's our
So
turn.
now it's turning and it's going to catch. Pretty soon it's going to catch the ILS. We're still on L nav.
So in our simulator, the scenery for Doha, I'm not sure if it's much detail as it is in Dubai. So some of these, we're not flying a internet simulator. This is just a program that
Flaps,
we have,
flaps 5.
Flaps 5 set. So it might not be the big buildings we see in Doha, unfortunately.
So we have EG asking, is this ILS or RNAV?
ILS.
ILS.
This
yes.
is an ILS approach into Qatar, Doha, Qatar.
Okay. APP on.
APP armed. And we're going to slow down to 150.
150
Okay, I'm gonna come and
and armed.
Okay, so let's go for the landing checklist. Okay, lights
3.
on.
Lights on.
Okay, altimeter set.
Altimeter set to
Okay.
2992.
Landing gear
Okay, go on, down, landing gear down.
down. Auto brakes on 3. Speed brake is armed.
All right, flaps 25.
Flaps 25. And we just got a message from the flight attendant. Cabin ready. They don't need to knock on the door no more.
So real quick, GN and Drum are asking what software. So it's actually P3D that we're running on, but we will be looking to swap to MSFS when the simulator's capabilities can match that. But currently we're on P3D. I know it says on the stream it's Microsoft Flight Simulator, but we're on P3D
Final
in
speed.
this sim.
Final speed.
Final speed. All right, so we are at 130. And we can see over here. Yeah,
Sun is already
130.
set. Yeah, so we're flying into Doha, Qatar.
Not the
And-
taxi lights, Gabriel.
Eh?
Taxi lights only when you landed.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you can turn everything on.
How do
I-
you know
I
where to
usually turn
land?
this one on and not these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry? What-
Gunther asks, how do you know where to land?
Well, we have the radar, and the autopilot is actually guiding us to line up with the runway. And once it picks up the guide slope, which is the
Yep, that's the intercept
See it?
for basically the
the
lineup of the runway.
Yeah.
lineup is the guide.
Right now, we can see here localizer is alive, glide slope is alive, and we're right there on the magenta line, and I can see right here
Yep.
that the runway is a little bit to the right. So we're going to make
All
a
right,
slightly
so I'm gonna
right
get
turn.
ready.
That's your
So-
runway right there.
Yes.
To
Okay.
simplify it, localizer basically gives you your left and right, and your glide slope gives you your up and down.
You got it. Left and right, up and down.
All right. So. we
Okay,
gotta
landing
just-
checklist is complete, Captain.
Okay. Thank you. We're all set.
Okay, I will ask some of you guys are making really weird comments in the chat and spamming it. If you guys wouldn't mind to be as respectful as possible, I don't want to have to ban anyone. But if you guys do continue making weird comments over and over, I will have to ban you from the chat. Okay?
Guys, there's no need for that, right? We're all here to have fun, learn something new. We love doing this. That's no need for bad things, guys. You know, just peace. We have a lot of problems already around the world. We don't need it here, okay? Just enjoy the video. If you guys don't like it, just go sleep. That's all. Shut it down. Beautiful. Don't need to make any problems,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, please, guys, please.
So
We love this.
Joe Suff is asking, why is Claudio wearing a hat during the flight?
Oh, that's because he has
Because
a
the
camera.
camera,
He
see?
has a camera.
That we are recording on a GoPro camera as well.
We don't usually wear
And
hats.
My friend, I'm kind of getting bald here, so it looks really weird when I put the camera on my forehead. So that's why I'm wearing the hat. Okay, that's
All right,
Doha.
coming
See, not
coming
many
down
buildings.
1,800. So I'll wait till 1,000, Claudio. Okay.
Oh, Captain, it's your call.
So, Claudio, for you, as Gabriel's preparing to take over here, what happens if you go faster than the designated aircraft speed because of a descent that's too steep?
Go around.
Go around.
Yes,
If you're-
definitely go around.
If you're not stable, you go around.
Yeah.
But luckily, our approach, ILS, and glide slope vectoring
It's
is
perfect.
perfect.
So right now we are 1500, stable, continue.
Drama
Okay.
asks, where are you broadcasting this other than Twitch? So we're on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And hopefully, within a couple weeks, we'll also be on Instagram.
All right, so we're coming up to 1,000.
And you
And-
guys can see the runway right there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna shut it off, autopilot off,
Oh,
and you'll
okay.
hear 1, and then I'm gonna click it again. Yes, I want it off, and now we just continue.
And you say,
I have control.
okay, you have control. That's protocol, guys. Now you guys can see here in case of misapproach, the blue dotted line, that's where we have to go. And all around, look at that.
So we have Abdul and Mukang Jr. saying, I fell in love with you guys. What a great experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Amen to that.
Cheda, hello to Malaysia from Toronto.
Hello, Malaysia
Hello.
from Toronto.
We have Qman saying that they remember going on the simulator.
Here,
Yeah.
did they enjoy it?
Oh, very
Thank
good.
you. Okay, 500.
Okay, so
500
I'm
to
going to
go.
stop talking now. We're in a critical moment here as we're going in for the final approach.
Okay.
400 to go. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Okay, stable.
Okay, stable.
Continue.
And we have runway in sight, and I'm going to continue. 100 to go.
Auto throttle disconnect. Now he's making the plane lifting a little bit the nose so we can flare, touchdown, reverse thrust, reverse green both engines. 100.
And we got manual braking. That means I'm putting on the wheel brakes. And we'll taxi. I
To the
guess
right. All the way to the right.
Oh, okay. We got to go that way, right?
Yeah, we got to go that way. So
we'll
funny
keep
on
on
the
rolling.
system, they don't have.
Yeah, we had lots of runway left. That's good.
They don't have a taxiway exit on the program. So we got to go all the way.
Park it here.
So
Park and
let's
brake
go to the terminal.
right up to
Yeah.
it.
So
Okay.
after landing checklist, flaps up, auto brakes off position,
Off.
spoilers are down, taxi
Landing
lights on, strobe lights off, runway lights off. And it's daytime, I'm gonna turn the taxi lights off as well after landing checklist is complete. Now we're gonna turn the APU, and I'm gonna go here to my screen, and I'm gonna show, before I do that, you see how the magenta line, that would be the miss approach. So now I go to the start, and you can see that the APU is warming it up. As soon as the APU warming it up,
We'll have APU on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will take the captain a few moments to taxi to the gate, and we ask that you remain.
how many people are watching us on TikTok, Ryan?
Quite a few. We peaked around 6,000. Now we're about 600. So let's just
APU is running.
All right.
This
so
is good.
APU. Okay, that's good. And now we can shut off the engines.
Yep. Left
Conf-
engine
conf-
shut down.
Confirm
Confirm. Right engine shut down.
and shut down. And that's basically how we shut down engines. Just shut off the fuel, and the engine shuts down. We don't even have to come up here anymore until we start them up again.
All right. So we're gonna continue with our after landing checklist already done. Parking. So fuel control switch is cut off. Yes.
Yes.
Parking brake is set.
Set.
Seatbelt signs off.
Okay, we can off. Yep.
Hydraulic systems off.
Okay, well, we put them all off. Okay.
Good. Fuel pumps off.
Fuel pumps are off. All right.
Beacon
Uh,
and logo lights off.
beacon and logo lights off.
And TCAS off. Logbook is completed, and these completes our flight for today. So I'm just gonna go into the doors, and you guys can see now the
We
doors
got,
is
oh.
being opened.
We can see a show outside if they want to see it. And we got all the goody stuff around the airplane.